Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sonja J, and I'm here with another Get Ready With Me video. I'm going to be finishing my makeup, and I'm going to attempt to finish the entire look today. I'm, as you can see, almost done already, but I hope I can actually finish it because it's hard to talk and do makeup at the same time. But I still attempt to do these Get Ready With Me's anyway. Also, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the Loni Love situation. I figured if I'm gonna do a Get Ready With Me, I gotta have something to talk about, and I figured since that's like something new that just happened, that'd be like a cool topic to talk about because I kind of have some opinions and some things I want to say about it anyway. So let me finish taking this powder off my face on camera with you guys, and let's get into how I feel about this Loni Love situation and get ready with me. I didn't do that right. So real quick, can we get into this contour? Like, yes. I'm like, you can tell I still got my bake on, but like I'm contoured, okay? I'm going on the contour, okay? I'm here for it. Yes, God. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not new to my channel, then hey, welcome back. But my audio be tripping, so in these next like videos for the next little bit, whenever I get this shit fixed, we're gonna have to use earphones so that the audio is correct, so I don't have to record the video and have to do a lot of editing and whatever. So I expected, black men specifically to have, their opinions and maybe disagree, be upset, whatever. But this is where I kind of was like, okay, this is why the divide is so deep and why there's so many black women like me, if I'm gonna be honest, that are like, a lot of black men are not trying to build the black community, and they're not taking our frustration, our hurt, our anguish, whatever, all the things that black women go through and are going through right now in America and have been going through, they're not taking it seriously because they've proven with their actions and the things they say and the way they treat us that we're not of value to them. And Loni Love was touching on that, but I feel like what made it, where she fucked up at is, one, she kind of worded it wrong, and two, she really shouldn't be talking about this given her relationship history. I'm going to go into that in a second, but before I do, I just want to talk about the response that was given. Now, I feel like black men do have every right to be, if they have, are upset about it. I do feel like black men, if they're black men that are upset about it, they have every right to be. They can be upset, that she specifically called them out. And, black women have a problem when black men, are disrespectful and say disrespectful things about us online and publicly. We call them out. And, and I think we have every right to do that as well. The problem is, the difference is, and this is where I have a problem with, there's a couple of problems I have, but let's talk about number one, okay? And I'm trying not to be all over the place. This is Get Ready With Me, and I'm just talking about the topic. But it's like, the problem I have with black men sometimes when they get offended by black women giving our truths about our experiences about black men is, one, they like to gaslight a lot. Two, they are intellectually dishonest about a lot of the things that we all know in the black community go on within the black community. And three, a lot of black men, and I'm sorry, and I know you guys are going to sit here and go in the comments to be like, oh, men are not. I'm going to get to that in a second. But a lot of black men are narcissistic. And I hate to say it. I know some of you guys are going to come for me. Some black women are going to come for me because black women are black men's number one supporters. No matter what they do, they can beat the shit out of us and kill us. And there'll still be another black woman behind coming by talking about, I support you. Even though you just killed my sister, I support you. Tell me I'm lying. But anyways, a lot of black men are narcissistic. And now I know you guys are going to come in the comments and be like, that's not true. But if we're being honest, a lot of men in general are narcissistic. And I'm not saying women aren't. There are women that are narcissistic. I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like women are angels and we're perfect, because we're not. But there are more men, and I can speak from my personal experience. I'll at least say that I've experienced more, and when I say more, not just on a like 55-45 scale. I'm talking about like a 75-80 to 25-20 scale. I've witnessed like a lot more narcissistic men than I have narcissistic women. That's just what I've experienced. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's 100% true. That's how I feel, but I can't really prove that. And there's really no way anyone can prove it, because not everybody is going to accept and claim that they're narcissistic. You just have to know the traits. So, for the most part, women, especially, I'll say especially, because I do feel like there are a lot of black women who, at least that I know, and the black women that I watch YouTube videos on, and like the black women I support, that are good at taking accountability. When we fuck up, or when we realize our sisters are fucking up, and we're like, girl, you need to fix that. Like, we're pretty good at taking accountability. We're not perfect at it. There's a lot of black women who still needed a lot of work to do on it. But I know a lot of black women who are pretty good at accepting accountability, and I'm one of them. I'm not perfect. There are times when I want to be right, and I'm wrong. And I'll admit that, but I know how to, when I know I'm wrong, especially when the facts are given, I know how to accept that I'm wrong, And a lot of, and I know you guys are going to, try to fight me on it, but I have to be honest. A lot of black men are not good at taking accountability when they're wrong. Like when it comes to cheating, when it comes to, just being maybe mean, mentally and emotionally abusive. Like, it's like when you call them out on it, they don't want to accept it, or they'll say, well, I'm sorry if. And I'm not, like I said, there are black women that do that too, and there are other races of women and men that do that too. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen with other races. But this is what I want to get clear in this video before we go forth. For all you black men and I just have to say this is why, oh my God. Maybe I should have did a video about this before I talked about it, because there's so much I want to say. It's like I should have made bullet points for this bitch, okay? We are talking about the black community, and we're talking about specifically black men right now. We're not talking about Asian men. We're not talking about Indian men. We're not talking about Puerto Rican men. We're not talking about Hispanic men. We're not talking about Malaysian men. We're not talking about biracial men. We're not talking about white men. We are talking about black men. So I understand you guys are upset about Loni singling you out, and I'm going to get to her in a minute. We are talking about black men right now. The reason why we're talking about black men is because the discussion is about what Loni said, and Loni said what she said about black men. So we're talking about black men. I don't need you guys to come in the comments talking about white men cheat too, Asian men cheat. I know they do, but we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about black men. And you know why I'm not talking about them? I'm talking about black men. Because I don't fuck them. I don't. So I don't care about what they're doing. I'm talking about the men that I fuck. Like, point blank period. Like, get over it. Okay, we get it. Asian men cheat too. White men cheat too. We know that. All men cheat too, and women cheat too. Everybody cheats. But right now we're talking about the black community portion of it. The black men in the black community. That's what we're talking about right now. Black women don't care about what white men do, because most of us, not all of us, but most of us are not fucking them. So we're not talking about them. All right. A lot of black men had a problem also with the fact that she said that on a national network, and that she kind of basically put black men on blast nationally and embarrassed them. In a way, I do get what they're saying. That's why I said in the beginning that I do understand why black men would be offended and feel some type of way, because, just like I said, like, we get offended when they blast us. So I get it. My only issue is a lot of black men don't take a lot of accountability for their actions. So it's like, in a way, it's kind of come to a point in 2020 where black women are starting to feel like we're going to have to put you on blast because you've been doing it to us for decades. Now, I know some of you guys are going to come and be like, that's not true. Yes, it is true. Okay, I'm not, like I said, I didn't do a whole sit down video. I didn't write notes and put facts out. So I'm just doing to get ready with me talking, and I'm going to try to make this video not too damn long, okay? But, come on, bruh. I'm not going to argue with you. If you don't agree that, or you don't believe, that's fine. But if you look it up and just look it up, black women have been getting embarrassed and beaten up, and it's virally. Just the last week, a black man tweeted that Ari Lennox and Tiana Taylor look like dogs. And even though, you know, he wasn't on a national network, but he still tweeted it and it went viral. So you don't have to be on a national network for other people in different countries and around the world and shit to see you embarrassing black women or black men. Yeah, Loni did do that, but how often do black women really go on a national network or on, you know, Instagram and internet and bash black men? Now, there are women who do it. I know you guys sit here and say, that's not true. Black women do. I know that. I'm not saying they don't. We do it to each other. But what I'm saying is, as far as what goes viral, as far as what hits the mainstream, as far as what people really look at, especially lately, black women have been getting shitted on by black men. The memes, the tweets, the disrespect. Like I said, the Ari Lennox and the whatchamacallit thing. There's been other shit. I'm not about to sit here and do a list. I don't have the facts on me right now. You know, Kodak Black saying dark-skinned women. What did he say? Something about dark-skinned women. I don't know exactly what he said. Like, it's just been hella shit. Like, I did a video on Maul from the Joe Buttons podcast who made hella tweets that talked about black women and how they look. Like, there's just been so much shit. Like, I'm not... anyways, there's been a lot of shit. And with that being said, it's like, and when that happens, black men don't ever come to our defense. Like, ever. Especially if it's like a meme or something disrespectful about dark-skinned black women. Bitch, bye. Like, and I'm not saying no black men and there's never any black men, but it's not enough for it to be a visible count. It's a shame to see, like, all these black women going in on Loni and making these rude, disrespectful comments and just kind of, like, being a lot of these black men who the categories that she was talking about actually fit, going in and, like, bashing her and her looks and just being hella mean and disrespectful and not even trying to, like, really listen to what she was saying, just to kind of, like, take their side and be their Bonnie to the Clyde. But at the end of the day, when the shoe's on the other foot and we're being bashed and being physically beat out here and it's going viral, black men are not saying anything and they're not defending us. They don't give a fuck. Not all black men, but most of them. And usually the only time I do see black men standing up for us, they're usually, you know, like gay black men. Black men who are not into black women. They're just standing up for us because they see it's wrong. And it's just sad that a lot of the black men that we're fucking don't give a fuck. Bonnie shouldn't have said that shit. And the reason why I feel like she shouldn't have said that shit is, number one, she's in an interracial relationship. I feel like when you're in a relationship, you can't really talk about empowerment and black love and black empowerment if you don't preach that in your real life. Same thing with black men, and that's why I say I've done videos and I've had my opinions on, you know, black men who preach black and sleep white, or preach black and sleep Asian, or whatever. If you ain't sleeping black, then you can't preach it black. Like, period. If you ain't sleeping black, you can't preach black. Like, if you're not sleeping with black women, then don't talk about black women. Like, I don't see what's so hard about... Like, I don't see why motherfuckers don't get that. Like, if you're not sleeping with black women, don't talk about black women. And the same thing goes for black women as well. If you're not sleeping with black men, don't speak on black men. And I feel like Loni should have did that. Like, even she caught herself as she was talking, and she said, I shouldn't speak for the black community. Oh, yeah, you shouldn't really, sis. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say what she was saying was wrong, because I do agree with what she was saying. However, where she fucked up at is she shouldn't have said that black men cheat, or only, she kind of made it seem like the words she was saying made it seem like only black men cheat. And I feel like her words were wrong. I feel like what she was really trying to say, and if you really understood her message and what she was trying to say, and especially once Amanda Seales was trying to give her input, basically what she was really trying to say is a lot of black men don't value family. That's really what she was trying to say, but she instead said cheating, because usually, especially like in the black community, a lot of families, you know, or relationships, I should say, break up because a lot of black men cheat. Now, that's a whole nother video. But I'm just saying, based on what Loni said, and based on what I personally have witnessed from a lot of black women's relationships and a lot of black men I know, and what a lot of people say online, and a lot of people, talk about, a lot of black men do cheat. A lot of black men are very hypersexual, and not all. Like, obviously, Loni Love wasn't talking about literally every black man on the planet. Clearly, she wasn't. But she was just basically saying, based on her experiences, based on what's kind of known. And let's be real. Made this what the fuck is the shit called? The media plays a big part in that as well, and we act like it's not true. Like, I understand black men are triggered by it, and I understand it offends them, and she shouldn't have said it because she's not even with the black man. I get that, but it's like, could we not act like what she said wasn't true? Like, I can see you guys being upset that she said it, but for so many black men and black women to went so hard on her the way they did in the comments, it's like, you guys are acting like what she said has no truth to it at all. Like, it's one thing to say that, okay, you shouldn't have said that, but y'all acting like what she's saying has no truth. And, like, a lot of y'all is, like, really commenting it on there and going off, like, as if she lied. Like, and she's not lying. If you're embarrassed, okay. But she's not really lying. And I think what she did say wrong was that, basically black men are the main cheaters. What she really meant was black men don't value family. Because that's true. Now, if she would have said that, I think the message would have came across a little bit better. However, I still think she still would have got majority of the same response. But that part is true. She said it wrong, but if that's what she meant to say, which I believe it was, that's true. A lot of black men don't value family. With that being said, I think Loni used the word cheating because a lot of families in the black community, and in a lot of, communities, but because black families are more known for being incomplete and shit, usually, not all the time, but usually it's due to cheating. And usually, not all the time, but usually the black man is the one who cheated, or he left the family to be with another woman or just to leave, And you guys are going to sit here and say it's not true, but it is. I'm not saying all, because obviously I'm married to a black man that values family. But there's a lot of black men in my personal family, a lot of black men that I know, a lot of black men that my sister knows, a lot of black men that my friend knows. There's a lot of black men that don't value family, that do cheat on their girlfriends while they're pregnant, that do have side babies on their girlfriends, that don't marry their baby mamas. Hence, the term baby mama and baby daddy is so common in the black community because nobody's getting married, especially within these last 20, 30 years. Nobody's getting married like they used to. All you see is hella kids and no ring. It's just sad. And it's like, we don't want to admit that because it would admit that we're the weakest link as far as race is concerned. But I hate to tell you guys, we're the weakest link as far as race is concerned. That sounds fucked up, and I know you don't want to hear that, but it's true. If you don't realize it by now, look the fuck around. Like, come on. It's true. Now, that doesn't mean that you personally is the weakest link. Like, I'm not the weakest link. You're not the weakest link. But as far as our community as a whole, we suck. The Asians, they got their own shit on lock. Chinatown and shit. They got little pop-up areas in America where it's just ran by Asians only. All Asian owned. All Hispanic owned. All Mexican owned. Dead ass. What about for the black communities? Oh, we got the hood, though. But that ain't shit, because if y'all don't realize it by now, we don't own shit in the hood. We just live there and pay our fucking rent. Overall, I agree with what majority of what Loni said, but she could have said most black men don't value marriage or family as opposed to cheating, because all men cheat, they do, but more men in other races value family than black men do. And that is true, because you see more families in other races that are actually of parents that are married, and then they had the kids and they're actually together. And even if they do end up divorcing or whatever, at least they did have a structure for at least a little bit. You know, a lot of black people in our community, and like I said, I personally know a lot of black people, and black people I know black people like this. I'm sure you know black people like this who grew up in households where their dad wasn't there from the time they were like born, and even still aren't in their life now. Or their parents were never married. They maybe just had the kids, and then after the last kid was born, they broke up. Because they're narcissistic, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, especially the ones from back in those patriarchal days. Because they are that way, they don't know, they can't be accountable for shit because it's not, they didn't do shit. It's not, you know, that's not their problem. They didn't do that. So they're not going to be accountable because there ain't nothing to be accountable for. That's not them. They didn't do that, you know. So, and that's why a lot of black women are starting to feel like, especially in 2020, because we're tired of the bullshit, okay? We're tired of it. We're not going to take the patriarchal, narcissistic disrespect anymore. We're not doing that. If you don't want to be a father in your kid's life, if you want to keep on being disrespectful, making these disrespectful tweets about calling us dogs, you want to make memes about us to say how other races women are better, more attractive, whatever. You guys want to keep getting us pregnant and then leaving when you're tired of the pussy, or when you want new pussy, or whatever you left for. We're tired of the bullshit. So now we're going to just start calling you out on it because you guys are not changing. And no matter how good we suck your dick, no matter how good the pussy is, no matter how many kids we give you, no matter how many times we allow you to sit up and sleep on the couch while we go to work and you don't want to do shit, no matter how many times you go to prison and we wait years and years for you to get out, and then you get out and then you do the same shit or you go back, no matter how many times, I can't sing because I'm congested. But like, girl, I can sing for you. I can't because I sound horrible, but I want to. Because no matter how, I can preach for you. Okay, hey, because no matter how many times, we take you back, we put up with your bullshit, you still, I said, you still, you still keep doing the shit. And then you raise the little boys under you to do it too. Cause you say if you got bitches, brother, you are cool. Y'all keep doing it. Y'all don't give a fuck. We tell you it's hurting us. We're crying. We're pleading. We're doing everything you're asking us to do, and you still keep doing it. You tell us we're not doing enough of this. We do it. You still cheat. And I know it's not all black men, so let's not, I know. Okay? But a good majority of y'all are fucking up so bad to the point that it's making all of y'all look bad now. And we're tired of it. And then also it's like the good ones, the ones that are good, they don't ever do shit to make the problem better. It's like you got all these fuckboys out here who are fucking it up for y'all. And instead of y'all correcting them and letting them know like, hey, my brother, you should stop doing that. Or teaching them a different way, showing them a different way. Y'all just be like, that ain't me, so I ain't got nothing to say. And that's cool. But then when we generalize y'all, then it's like, oh, but that's not, but okay, and I get that. I feel that because black women, we don't like that either. However, we do at least still try to take accountability for our part. However, it's just because misogynoir is real. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. No matter what we do, we're always going to be criticized. And it's not even just by black men. It's just by society in general. But by every race. But, I mean, we can still do better. And we do still try to do better. And we do try to take accountability for what we can. So, you know, I feel like a lot of black men don't want to take accountability for their actions. They don't want to change. And this is also why I'm saying this and making this video. Because I watched the Paris Milan live the other day. And this video is going to be long, by the way, if you can't tell already by now. I watched it. And while I was watching it, I at least heard like 5 different black men call in. Now, like I said, it was on for 2 hours. So, I mean, There may have been more black men that called in and had different opinions, had different things to say. But the first 5 ones that I heard, which is 5 different men, not one of these black men, not one of them wanted to take accountability for the truths that Loni was saying. Like, Paris was allowing them to give their opinions and talk. However, she was also asking them, so do you believe that what Loni said was true? Or do you feel like there's some truth to it? And not one of them wanted to agree. Now, I will say there was one guy who did kind of say, like, you know, he understands where she was coming from. And I'm just paraphrasing because, you know, it was a live, so I didn't write down notes and shit. But, you know, my shit's about to be out. And he was just saying, like, he can see where she's coming from, but it still was, like, inappropriate for her to say that live, and also, like, it's not as true as she made it seem. That was, I guess, the closest we was going to get to a black man taking accountability for what she was saying, at least publicly, okay? But, there was this one guy, and I was just done. I was like, I'm done. He had the nerve to say, and I feel like one other guy said this too, but he was the first one I heard that said this, and I was like, okay, I know from here on out it ain't gonna be shit, so I'm gonna be logging off soon. But this guy was all, he basically said it's black women's fault for black men not being in their children's lives. And he had the nerve to say, well, it's our fault for choosing the wrong men. It's our fault that our baby's daddies aren't in our children's life and it's our fault that they're leaving, our fault they're cheating, they're not providing for us, whatever, because we're choosing the wrong men. We should choose better. Which in some cases that is true, but that's not the one and only reason why black men aren't being leaders, providers, faithful, and actually building structures and communities for their black children and their black household. Like, what? Like, okay, yeah, black women could choose better men. If we're just talking about men in general, yeah, black women could choose better men. But if we choose better men, we won't be fucking with black men. And I'm not saying all black men ain't shit. I'm not saying, like, that's not my whole stance, because I found a good black man, so I know that there are good black men out there. But what I'm saying is there's not enough good black men for every single black woman. Let's be real. And with that being said, if you're telling us that it's our fault and we should just choose better, okay, well then a lot of black women are going to choose outside their race. And then we're going to be bed wenches and, all the other shit that everyone is calling Loni now, because we're sleeping outside the race, even though a lot of black men have no problem with black men sleeping and having children outside their race. And even though it's at a doubled higher rate than black women. Black men are getting married and having children with non-black women at double the rate that black women are. But more black men are concerned with black women doing it than they are with their black men doing it. They don't say anything when black men do it. Only black women do. Black women say stuff, but black men really don't. But when a black woman does it, you got black men coming out. The same men that didn't say nothing about the black man doing it, they're coming after the black woman. And then you also got the black women who want to be the ride or dies that are coming right behind them. So it's just like, cut the bullshit. A lot of black men just really don't want to take accountability, and that's what it is. Like, I'd rather you just be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck, and that's just what it is. And just say that, and keep it 100. Then just keep on trying to act like, no, the reason why is because it's one or the other. It's either y'all will deny the shit and say it's not true, or you'll say it's true, but it's black women's fault. It's our fault. We should choose better men, whatever. And it's cool, okay? It's cool. Just keep that same energy. From here on out, 2020, we are going to start choosing better men. They may not be black, but we are going to start choosing better men. Yes, we are. Not me, obviously, because I'm already married to a black man. But I'm saying, like, a lot of black women are tired of this shit. They really are. We are. I'm saying we because I'm a black woman, so I include myself in it. And I'm also, I date black men. Well, I did before I got married. So, and I've also dated outside my race, too. So, I mean, like, what's the deal? If y'all ain't going to provide and do right, we will find it somewhere else. And that's just on period. So, if you're going to, say stuff like that, and be like, well, it's our fault because we should choose better men. Okay, we will do that. But these better men may not be black men. And when that happens, don't say shit. Okay? Keep the same energy. Okay? That's all we're saying, And that's the problem. Y'all can't do that. But, and this is the thing. Like, black women aren't perfect. We fuck up. We say fucked up shit. We do fucked up shit sometimes. So I'm not sitting here saying black women are perfect. I'm not saying that at all. I know y'all, like I said, we know how to take accountability. And there's been times when I have on my channel, me personally and also other black women I've seen on YouTube, taking accountability for, the shit that we do, and also have called out other black women for the shit that they've done. I did it on that recent McDonald's incident that happened with the manager. That shit was the debacle between two black women. That shit shouldn't have happened, and it did. And I have my opinions, and I said what I said on that video, and I gave them the accountability they deserved. And I also called out Kelly Rowland about her stupid video she did, and maybe a few others, but I know for sure I've done it. And I also call out black men too. Like, nobody's safe. And also, it's funny because people say stuff like, you shouldn't talk about this. But this is the thing. The reason why Loni, and like I said, a lot of black women are going to start from 2020 on up, going to start blasting black men and blasting black people in general for the shit that they do, because we're tired of it. We're tired of the colorism. We're tired of us disrespecting each other, killing each other, doing each other wrong for no reason. Period. Just because we don't like the way we look, or we feel like we can treat each other a certain way because of what society has taught us. Whatever the reason is, it's happening. And we're tired of it. So a lot of us are going to start saying something. And the more you speak up and the more you actually put action behind something, the more the change will happen. It's funny to me when people say stuff like, you shouldn't talk about colorism because it divides the community. When the community, one, is already divided as fuck. And two, if we don't talk about what we need to change, ain't shit gonna change. Like, I don't see how people don't get that. But okay, if you don't talk about something, then you can't put action behind something. And if you don't put action behind something, ain't shit gonna change. I can't even really sing that good, but I have to hit that because y'all need a motherfucker get it. Period. So, in concluding, listen, I do feel like it is, in a way, it does come off destructive to see black men and black women, publicly displaying what's wrong about our community, But the problem and the reason why a lot of us feel like we have to do that is because we don't really have a community. We really don't. We have the hood, but that's not a community. As far as if you look up what the definition of a community is, like, that's not it. It's a community as far as, like, there's a physical beings in that community. But as far as, like, the actual coming together of the community, of what a community means, and, standing together and building stuff together for everyone to flourish off of, black people don't have that. We really don't. The hood doesn't provide that. It just provides a place for you to sleep at night. That's literally it. You don't have that in the hood. And with that being said, we have a lot of changing we need to do within our community because we're losing. And the reason why we feel like we need to keep publicly saying stuff, I'm talking about the Loni Loves of the world, not the black people that are online bashing one another, calling each other dogs and, just being mean and disrespectful. I'm talking about as far as, like, constructive criticism, like, like the videos that I do on my channel, and, what Loni Love said, and, the Chrissies of the world, and the Paris Milans of the world, and, all that. The reason why we feel like we have to make these constructive criticism videos, and, even some black men, they have their videos about black women and whatever, is because our community is so divided, and there's so many things that we need to fix within our community that we're not trying to fix it. Nobody's talking to one another, showing each other how to fix it, how to level up. So it's like, since we don't have, like, it's even like as far as, like, businesses, a lot of black people don't have parents and grandparents that have businesses and that have family owned, things that's been going on for years. We have to learn how to do that by going to school or looking online. So it's like same thing with staying on code as a community, as a race of people. We're not teaching our kids, we're not teaching our grandkids, we're not teaching our little black girl up the street, the little black boy up the street, how to flourish as a black American citizen in this American racist society. We're not teaching each other how to flourish. We're not teaching each other how to do better. We're not doing that. We're just kind of like, a lot of black people have this mindset where it's just like, that's your business. I mind the business that pays me. Which is cool if you're just trying to live and survive. But then when you look around and you see the Asians got their own neighborhoods, and not a hood, but a neighborhood, and they got their own communities, their own laundries, their own whole motherfucking block, their own food, their own everything. Then you look over here and you see the Hispanics got that as well. And then you look over here and you see the whites been had that and they still got it and they got it on lock. And then you look down here and you be like, wait, hold on, wait. What do black people got? That's not a good feeling. Especially when you grow up and you mature and you create your own family, then you realize, wait, what's going on in our community? And with that being said, it's like we don't come together to try to make our community better. Whether that be businesses and owning businesses, whether that be teaching each other how to love and respect each other, whether that be teaching our young men how to be like, there's a lot of black men who grew up without black men in the household. So it's like, how are you gonna know how to be a good father, and what a house, what a mother and father look like, and how are you gonna value a real family if you've never seen a real family yourself? Now, I'm not giving black men excuses, because there's a lot of black women who went through the same thing, but a lot of black women are still raising their kids and doing what they got to do. They ain't leaving. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse for black men, but I'm just saying, like, there's reasons behind a lot of things. And with that being said, it's just like, it's not a good feeling to see that your community is so fucked up that everybody else can see it and you're the last one to notice it. And that's really what's going on. And what is going to be happening in the future is a lot of black women are starting to get tired now. And if they're not tired now, they're going to be tired. And they're going to start getting fed up, and they're going to start, making videos and memes and posts and saying, stuff. And I'm not saying black women haven't been doing that, because they have. Well, some of them have. But it's going to be on a whole nother level. It's going to be at the same level that black men have been doing it for decades. Because let's be honest, a lot of black men do have these memes floating around and shit, and making these little things where they say stuff like black women ain't shit compared. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but you get what I'm saying. Compared to white women, or Hispanic women are better than black women, because, like, even that meme that just recently got is going a little bit viral right now with the young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai picture, and a black man writes that he feels like basically Asian women and Hispanic women are better than black women because whatever reasons he feels. And it's just like, we're always being compared to other races of women, and we're always being publicly embarrassed and bashed, and we're tired of it. So it's like, y'all gonna keep doing that? Okay, cool. 2020, we're keeping that same energy. A lot of black men need to start learning how to take accountability and to understand, that how they need to understand how important the black race is and how important black women are. But the problem and the sad part is, a lot of black men are not being taught that, and black women as well, because there are a lot of black women who have that same patriarchal, distorted, toxic mindset that black men have. There are narcissistic black women as well, and I have mentioned that earlier. There are. It's not as much, I would say, as black men, but it's still bad. Because a lot of black people in general are not being raised in healthy environments. So there's reasons behind a lot of shit, but I can go on and on for days, and I'm trying not to, and I'm trying to finish this makeup. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. Like this video if you like it. Now listen, if you have difference of opinion with me, that is fine. Like, I deadass don't care if you don't agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. You can still be a supporter and disagree with some of the things I say. That is fine. My only issue is just don't be disrespectful. That's all I say. You can comment and say, I disagree. You can tell me why you disagree. That is Gucci. Okay? Just don't, as long as you're not disrespectful, we're good. I have nothing against you disagreeing. I know some people are going to probably come in the comments talking some shit. But it is what it is. I said what I said. If you need clarification, I'll give that to you in the comments. But I said what I said. Okay, so this is the completed look. So thanks for watching. If you guys watched this entire video, I fuck with you, okay? This video is longer than I meant for it to be. I'm going to do some more reaction videos today, so stay tuned for that. Be on the lookout for that. Some music video reactions and some music reactions, the first of 2020, because I haven't done any yet. I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me video. Let me know if you guys like this like type of thing where I do get ready with me. It's like when I do my makeup, or I do my hair, or I just get ready and I talk about a topic that's going on like in the present time. Let me know if you guys like that. I kind of like it, so if I like it, I'll probably end up doing it. But just let me know if you guys like it too, or if you have any suggestions or topics that you guys want me to talk about for another Get Ready With Me, or for just another video, like what you guys want me to talk about. Because if you haven't been able to tell by now, if you're not new to my channel, I like to give my opinion. So if you guys want to hear my opinion on anything, let your bitch know. Alright, I'm going to do more videos. I'll see you soon. Bye.